as a crown prince, my I have to figure out certain stuff so that I can find the pieces to the puzzle to rebuild the matriarchy.
Wait,
Right?
now that you chat, and you sound really similar to the Terrence Howard nigga, the way he was chatting. Like he was chatting like he remember actually coming into the womb. Like he had a dream that he woke up in his mother's womb. And I remember you saying like you remember all of that. You remember the like literally being born and everything. And that sounded really similar to Terrence Howard. I don't know if you peeped his Joe Rogan interview where he was dropping all that science, bro. What you think about all that shit he was dropping? The 1 × 1 = 2, the the linchpin stuff he was dropping, the new technology, the patents, how they stole AI and stuff from him. What you think about all that stuff he was dropping? If you tapped into that.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I seen enough of it. I didn't have no major issue with nothing he said. You know, 1 × 1 depend on how you read the math, right? 2. I watched a math competition on one of these university channels that used to come on cable, and all these scientists is doing this math problem on the chalkboard. 3 of them got the same answer, and one of them got a different answer, but wasn't none of the answers wrong. I couldn't understand how the dude with the different answer wasn't wrong. He was the only one with the actual answer to the question they was asking that was correct. But the other 3 that came up with the same answer, in the formula, they deviated by using a different symbol, which changed the value of the equation when it comes out at the end. He chose the symbol in making the formula that made it come out to the answer they was looking for. So they knew both answers already because they knew the symbol that would be interchanged based on the mathematician's background and training. So they know it's 2 possible answers for this. If this symbol right here is changed to this symbol, the answer would be this. If it's this symbol, the answer would be that. And
Okay.
it kind of, I was like, I thought mathematics was more precise than that. But mathematics is malleable because time is malleable. And mathematics is our method to calculate the phenomena related to the time dilation. So no matter how we looking at it, it's always playing out as a conceptual physics formula. By understanding conceptual physics, you can see it as it play out from the inside as opposed to seeing it on the paper. You can see it from inside of the play out in the world around you as a conceptual physics form. It's a story being told. So now that you know how to read the conceptual physics, you can put the story together by the motion of things around you. It's reading hieroglyphics of life, what we call it. And
Speaking of
this is why,
hieroglyphics, that's how I thought he was breaking down the periodic table. When Terrence Howard was breaking down the periodic table, he was like, the way they got it is all faulty, and they don't show the relationships between how certain elements are actually an extension of that element, right? Like this element is actually, I don't remember the exact elements, but he was like how carbon actually turns into nitrogen or something like that. You know, they have the same frequency, they have the same hertz,
yeah,
you know, or double hertz or whatever, so it makes it the same frequency. And like that made me think of like the the different deities, right? How like we have uh you know, Aten was like how all of the deities is one, and it made it seem like that's how the periodic table is. It's like all of the elements are really one element that changes into each element. And it made me think of that. It made me think of like hieroglyphics. It made me think of like how all all the religions are pointing to one thing, right? Like the way he broke down the periodic table, I'm like, he might be on to something, and if the world thought about science and math in the way that he thought about it and produced in that way, it would kind of shut down the economy because it would make us realize how much we're infinite when it comes to resources. And the way they give us science, the way they give us math, they make it kind of limits us so that we're dependent on it and we're counting and using it in a monetary way instead of in a infinite way.
You are absolutely correct. Math, when you learn math, it's supposed to teach you how to play chess in real life. It's supposed to teach you the principles of cause and effect to degrees, right? The information we process in as images is binary codes that's played out in the form of DNA constructs, but it's still binary coded information interface with computers. The biology of the human can interface with computers. They got an ancient computer in Tibet in the cave, and it has an interactive computer that scans your genetics, and then it tells you the part of the history of the world that you need to know for what your DNA code reads. And you can ask questions.
Hmm.
And then they on the screen, it look like you're talking to two AI people. That they talking to you like you talking to me, but they um computer generated,
Hmm.
right? So they might scan your outfit and dress them in a similar dress that you're wearing so that you can relate to what they're saying better. And if they can frequency talk to you on a frequency that's telepathy, where they can communicate directly into your brain by frequency that can hear you by frequency return the response.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you though, Rod Hayes. My name Big Bay Cornell, by the way.
Where you at?
Um, well, I'm from New York City. I don't want to drop my location though.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You ain't gotta do that. I don't want to put nobody in peril, you know.
Nah, it's all good. I ain't running for nobody or nothing, but I just like to be on the low.
But you still respecting your privacy. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely from New York City. Uh, I'm always rep that no matter where I'm at, no matter where I go. So that's all my family at right now. So
Yeah,
born in the Bronx, raised in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Uh, where Mike Tyson from. Who else from there? MOP, Shannon Briggs. I'm really a boxing fan. You know,
yeah,
Zab Judah. So yeah,
yeah. And New York done put out some nice fighters over the years. You
definitely, definitely.
know why, right?
Them.
Some of them dudes grew up scrapping in the streets.
That's really how it is. Like in New York City, like you gotta like you gotta know how to defend yourself walking outside. Like if you want to be outside, you want to be a homebody, you want to stay in the crib, stay in the crib. But back in the day, we chilling outside and we just gonna test each other. That's just how it works in New York City. Like literally,
Listen, how you gonna know who gonna grow up to be the alpha if you ain't never test yourself?
it's a fact.
Men, boys have to start establishing dominance when they hit puberty so that they don't have to fight when they become adults,
That's a fact.
right? And if they do have to fight, they got a support crew with them, right? That's how you end up getting in gang fights. Because you're not finna just beat my homeboy ass like that. It's not just finna go down. And not
Nah,
while I'm here.
real
And
shit.
then he got a guy on his side that's saying the same thing to my man. So you ain't just finna beat my homeboy down,
That's a fact.
right? So we both going like we gonna break it up. Next thing you know, me and him scrapping.
For real.
And him and my other homeboy, they over there scrapping. And then before you know it, everybody out here scrapping.
And the funny shit is, as teenagers, we all fight each other, and we friends though. Like, in few weeks, we all hanging out together, and like we ain't gonna let no
It's,
other hood come and mess with us. Like the same dude we fight with, we just know we know how he get down now. Now I know he can fight, he know I can fight, and we cool now. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't really how beef was back in the day. Like we ain't really fight and you got beef because of a fight. Like I don't know how people get in the know. This a different type of beef now. It's just a different type of beef now. But back then we fought and we was cool. Like a lot of the people we fought, we was cool with. Like we'd chill, smoke with them, drink with them, vibe with them, grow up with them. No, we ain't never
that's
let
how
a fight
you.
just
That's how.
separate
Now
us.
that was before they put the instigators in our community because they hired people. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. They literally put people on payroll. That when y'all get done fighting, if you one of y'all friend, his job is to soup you up to bust a cap in that nigga. Why you mad? They pay them to do this to us. That's why we got these Bloods and Crips killing themselves. GDs and Stones, GDs and Vice Lords, Stones and Vice Lord, because they keep sending instigators in. Whose job it is to catch us when we mad at somebody and convince us to kill them, so the system can get a 2-for-1 deal.
Mm.
One nigga off the street, another nigga in the cage.
So they ain't never stopped the COINTELPRO.
No, they still got instigators that's on payroll in the community right now. The
Yeah, I
good
feel like
thing
there's a bunch of
is,
instigators online too with all of the every time you see somebody dropping information, next thing you know, they videos down, they in jail. It's like, what's going on?
yeah,
So I feel like they got
that's
COINTELPRO in a lot of the online intellectual communities.
yeah. The COINTELPRO evolved. They split up in the factions. You had the ones responsible, the police and the conscious book crew. These was all the brothers in the 90s and early 2000s that was telling you what books to read to get the information out. They was being tracked through library cards and ISBN numbers at checkout registers. They got certain books that was flagged, and whoever got that book, they sent the notice because that ISBN number was active of who bought that book, and if you was part of certain groups, then they start trying to set you up for the instigators and infiltrators to come in. Right? They got another thing they was doing is like they was sending in people to hijack business in corporate America, sending in bribing union officials, the corporations bribing union officials, paying them under the table to not get the workers a good contract. It benefit the immediate person, but it don't benefit the working people that they represent, right? And they stubborn in doing their dirt because when I left GM, one of the catalysts was this: the uh, negotiating committee was under federal investigation um, for fraud, for embezzlement, for bribery, and other racketeering related crimes. They continue to pursue negotiations with the auto company while it was actively under a federal investigation and several indictments had rolled out. Now, the problem with that is this: the both parties is supposed to come to the negotiating table with the highest expectation of propriety at the outset of negotiations. When you under federal investigation and people getting caught and indicted for corruption, they can't negotiate because they are being looked at. If they didn't arrested 10, they looking at everybody. If they looking at everybody, the appearance of propriety is tainted. So now they going to still try to negotiate the labor dispute with the corporation, which ended up taking the workers on strike. When they could have got anything they asked for if they wasn't trying to get bribes. Then they got caught. Just saying. The people I work with, they didn't understand what I was talking about. They thought I was crazy. So I had to do it a different way. I had to challenge the corporatocracy to a corporate chess game, and I whooped their ass. Checkmate in 11. And I got the receipts to prove it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
All right,
appreciate you.
man. I'm about to call it a night. I ain't gonna take no more callers.
No doubt.
So it was good talking to you, though.
Yeah, likewise, bro. I'm gonna take you up on that offer on them bars.